So I have been reading through the Diverting Hate report, and this is a subject matter that I hadn't thought about. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about it with y'all. This is a discussion point so that when the holidays do come around and we see an uptick in violence or whatever, maybe it's because of this. Let's talk about this. More than seasonal solitude, exploring the impact of the holiday season within the Incelasauruses community. The festive celebrations of the holiday season in December each year take on a nuanced hue when viewed through the lens of those grappling with loneliness. For many individuals, this time of year accentuates feelings of isolation, underscoring the stark contrast between societal expectations and their lived experiences. And the extensive body of academic literature has explored the presence of social isolation beyond romantic rejection in the Incelasauruses community. In a 2023 study of both Incelasauruses and non-incel men, Sparks and his colleagues found that, on average, incels experience both increased loneliness and lack of social support in comparison to non-incel men. I'll just be calling them regular men. Loneliness is a theme that features prominently year-round on the Incelasauruses website, one of the most popular forums within the incel community. Members discuss the lack of strong family bonds, friendships, and casual social contacts in their everyday lives. Some participants readily admit that the discussion forum is their only space of social interaction on a regular basis. A community marked by loneliness warrants exploration to understand how societal expectations of holiday socialization intersect with their lives. Through a thematic analysis, we garner insight into the impact of the holiday season on the psychological and emotional well-being of individuals, as well as on the propensity to violence within the incel subculture, and foster a more comprehensive understanding of the dynamics at play. It is wild that so many of these people have no social skills, and staying on these forums is only increasing their anger, and it's just solidifying it's like creating a loop. And I don't know how we're going to break out of that as a society. These men are just going to get angrier and angrier, and that in turn is just going to continue to push normal thinking people away. More of the same. A significant portion of posts in December 23 adopted a perspective that viewed the holidays as non events. These posts highlight the seemingly stagnant world of individuals on the forum who feels like any day that marks social gatherings will, by default, not be different from everyday life. Not only Christmas, but also New Year's Day feature prominently on the forum as a letdown that their non-normie and non-sex haver world was devoid of meaning. Of note was the inclusion of violent references and anti-Semitism. For example, going ER was detected in some posts. This is a phrase used in the incel community to endorse the violent misogynistic ideologies of the perpetrator of the 2024 Isla Vista unalivings, Elliot Rogers. Oh, wow. So ER is Elliot Rogers. Did you guys know any of this? Had you heard about the uptick in violence because of these people? I had not. So this is interesting. Holiday dread. Rather than serving as moments of respite or festivity, the holidays emerged as a stark reminder of the profound isolation that characterized the lives of foreign participants. Specifically, holiday themed posts tended to be tagged with the self deletion fuel prefix on Incelasauruses, a fuel variation that indicates desperation, anger, bitterness, or anything else that pushes a person to self delete. The term first appeared on the subreddit and has since spread to numerous forums. It is thus concerning that there seems to be an uptick in sentiment of hopelessness leading to self deletion and harm. If you guys know, is there an uptick on self deletions during the holiday season? It probably is. I have not done the research on that. Okay, it says only true selves are active on holidays. The last thematic category identified leverages the holiday season as an opportunity to test which members of the group are true incels or true cells, which members are actually not as doomed as they say they are in terms of social isolation and romantic rejection, aka fake cells. Some posts seek to expose fake cells by stating that those not active on the forum during the holidays aren't truly incels, as they must have other activities to do rather than posting, as well as other spaces for social interaction. Dang. Like I said, these people are keeping each other, they're keeping each other lonely and isolated. So this box above me, it says Christmas is rope fuel. That's wild. All right, now below it says Valentine's Day is coming. As participants in this forum veered from holiday themed discussions in January 2024, the post about upcoming Valentine's Day seemed to have appeared. Dang. And on Valentine's Day, they're talking about taking out women, is basically what that bottom part says. In conclusion, this preliminary content analysis demonstrates that the holidays serve as a magnifier of loneliness, despair, and existential questioning on this forum. An uptick in posts expressing self deletion ideation around this time is particularly concerning and warrants attention by intervention programs seeking to help vulnerable individuals. This snapshot of the thematic landscape of this forum reveals the expression of loneliness year round intensifies when the societal expectation of social interactions are at its highest. Not only does this December holiday season encourage a sense of social alienation, but not surprisingly, Valentine's Day as well. It is thus crucial to understand both romantic and social isolation in times of increased expectation of socialization may cause harm to individuals browsing these forums as well as their propensity to violence. Okay, so this next section talks about the dehumanizing language on Getter and exploring an overlooked corner of the manosphere. So, what I'm going to talk about now is some of the words that they use. I'm sure you guys have seen these words used. Why, man? I saw this back in the Kevin Samuels groups when men were using this, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Femoids or foids, feminazis, we've seen that. Incels and the top G, we have obviously seen that. So, why, man? Misspelling the word woman, and we do this when we're talking about men because a lot of the times things that we say are censored, but they're censored as well in some of these, and they have figured out how to get around it. Misspelling of the word woman, a derogatory term primarily used by Incelasauruses that implies women are unintelligent and lacking common sense. This is a direct violation of, for example, Facebook's hate speech policy. Femoids or foids, a derogatory portmanteau of female and android used by incels to describe women. It seeks to emphasize the purportedly cold nature of women and dehumanize them. The blend of feminist and snobby, a derogatory term for feminists. It refers to extreme feminists who are said to believe in a holocaust of men. Who is believing this? So we already know what that Incelasauruses are involuntarily celibate. I think we know that. And we know that the top G is the top potato, or yeah, the top potato. We already know who he is, and we know that that gets censored. So we don't talk about the top potato, tater tot, on my page because I do not want to get censored. So the diverting hate is using these terms or have found these terms throughout this process as they examine posts. So I'm going to keep deep diving into this and see what else I get to. This is all I got to thus far, but there are so many more things because we still have quite a few pages to go through. But it's crazy. Basically, what I'm seeing is these men are angry. They keep using words that push women away, and then they just are solidifying or keeping other men angry and pulling more men into the cycle. That is what I'm seeing. What are you seeing? Have you seen these words? Have you seen the whole holiday issues? Let me know, and just keep your eyes open because this is what is going on. All right, jump in the comments, like, comment, share.